Hello guys, good evening everyone, and I warmly welcome you all for this machine learning masterclass series day 3. And in this day 3 session, we're going to be start building up the machine learning project. And I hope you guys are super excited for this today's session because this from this day we are going to be start building some machine learning project. So if you guys are super excited for this today's session, you just post I'm super excited, Sanjay, in your live chat. Okay, so thank you so much for being here, first of all. So let us welcome the people present here. Samiri, hi, hello. And Masti Time, hi. Joseph, hi. Deepthi, hi. Aman Kumar, hi. Samiullah, hi. And Sandhya Shri, hi. And Damodaran, hi. And Alex, hi. Mukkapayan, hi. And Naina, hi. And Arun, hi. Deepak Gupta, hello, sir. Good evening. Really excited. That's amazing, guys. And Omayami, hi. And Vaishnavi, hi. Vanchika, hi. Aman Gupta, hi. And Rajkumar, hi. Alex, hi. Bianna, hi. So thank you so much, guys. A lot of people are posting happy evening. That's great. So that's great. Okay. So first of all, before going on to this today's session, I would like to start the session by the person who completed the task. So yesterday, what we guys have did, so we guys have given a task, which is you should show us a movie, and you should want to post it in the LinkedIn, and you should tag me, right? So that is what the yesterday's task, and some people haven't watched it, and some people have watched, and some people missed it to tag me, I think so. So that's why I just saw the list. So from that yesterday's tagging list, so I saw the only person who completed this task is Vinod Kumar. Okay, so Vinod Kumar, if you are in the live chat, you just post I am here, Sanjay, in your live chat, so that I have one surprise gift which is waiting for you. Okay, so I think a lot of people have missed out. So but without any hesitation, Vinod Kumar is the person who just completely watched the movie, and he just described about the movie, and he just told don't miss out on this life-changing experience. Thanks, Sanjay, for your suggestions. So that is what the description he just posted. That was amazing. That is the person who posted this message. So and also the community people who are all here, you just tell if Vinod Kumar came into this live, Sanjay is looking for you. Okay, you just give your responses in the live chat, intimate to him. Okay, so that's amazing. First of all, give a great applause for Vinod Kumar, just to without any thoughts, like Sanjay is telling some movies, this is the person, he's just suggesting something, should I want to watch. But that kind of decisions or that kind of thoughts might be running on a lot of people, might be like nearly around 500 to 400 people. It means 400 people are where in the thought, Sanjay, he is telling something, why should I watch it? But without having those kind of decisions or those kind of thoughts, Vinod Kumar just completely watched the movie, and he also, without any hesitation, he just mentioned me on the LinkedIn. So that was really a cool thing, and definitely that movie will create some awareness on Vinod Kumar's life, and it is going to help him to achieve lot more bigger in his life. Okay. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, Vinod Kumar is here. So I am Vinod. Hi. First of all, thank you so much for posting it in the LinkedIn, and completely you guys you watched that movie. That amazing. So Vinod Kumar, what you just do is you just ping your mail ID to in the LinkedIn. Okay, don't ping it in the live chat. So ping your email ID in my LinkedIn. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna be enrolling you to brain computer interface course, which is absolutely free. Okay, that is what a future technology where you can able to connect your brain with the computer. So that course, which I'm gonna be enrolling you for free, that is worth of 999 rupees. That course I'm gonna be giving for free for you. Okay, I hope you really love this, Vinod Kumar. So if you really love this, you just post I love this, Sanjay, in your live chat. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, let us begin the session. So before that, as same as like there is an announcement. So attendance link will be available in between the live session. So once the session is completed, start filling up the attendance form. Until then, please don't rush up for the attendance form. And then Q&A session is gonna be there. Okay, so finally, once the session has been completed, so you can ask your questions on that time. And on the upcoming or in most of the days, the recorded live might be broadcasted. So today's session, which is about the project which we are going to work on, which is advertisement sale prediction from an existing customer using logistic regression. This is what the project which we are going to explore today. But before proceeding further, let us go to the machine learning in detail. And I hope you guys are super ready and excited. If you are ready and excited, you just post ready and excited, Sanjay, in your live chat, guys. Just give your responses in the live chat. Thank you so much. I am Vinod for posting. I love this. Sanjay, please ping your mail ID in my LinkedIn chat so that I'll be enrolling to that course to you for free. Okay. Okay. So first of all, while talking about this machine learning, as you all guys have already remember the concept of AI, right? So while talking about artificial intelligence, it's about as a human being, we need to transfer our knowledge or our experience to a machine of in the format of data. From the data by using the methods such as like machine learning or deep learning or NLP or computer vision, it is going to learn and it is going to solve a certain problem. That's what we guys have learned about the machine learning, right? Now, under the machine learning, there are three very important subcategories. Number one, which is supervised learning. Number two, which is unsupervised learning. And number three, which is reinforcement learning. So while talking about these three methodologies, three variations out there, and also semi-supervised learning is also out there. Okay, so let us begin with this story. So are you guys are ready for the story? If you are ready, you just post I'm ready Sanjay in your live chat. So Rajkumar, thank you so much for posting ready, and Christopher, thank you, and Vignesh, thank you, and Arun, thank you. That's amazing, guys. So first of all, while talking about these learning methods, so how it has been categorized is how you are going to provide a data. Okay, so how you are going to, based on how you are going to provide the data, these are the three categories. For an example, you just imagine one scenario. Let us come back to our story. Just imagine one baby is sitting in front of you. That baby doesn't know about fruits. Just imagine that. Okay, there is an apple and banana. So that baby haven't seen apple and then banana before. That's what the scenario. And but the baby know how to read. Okay, just imagination story. And you guys tell me, as a human being, how will you identify this is an apple and this is a banana? If I have apple and banana in my hands, so you just tell me, how will you identify this is apple and this is banana? Just give your responses in the live chat, guys. So why I'm asking this question is, as a human being, we used to analyze those stuff and we'll be identifying the feature in it. We'll be defining the, we'll be making the decision from it. Yes, the first answer which has been told by Vanshika, that's amazing. By color, by shape, by taste. Exactly, guys. So these three things are known as features. For an example, let us take one feature, color. Well, talking about an apple, there is a red apple, there is a green apple, there is like pale yellowish or orangish apple. While talking about the banana, there is yellow and green and red. And while talking about the shape also, both the shape is going to be completely different. So this is how you are identifying the certain object, right? So let us take a baby. That baby doesn't know what is apple and what is banana. Just imagine the scenario. Now I'm going to take two baskets. In the one basket, I'm going to write apple. On the another basket, I'm going to write like banana. Okay. So on the apple basket, I'm going to be filled with lot of apples. Like I'm going to fill with apple, like red color apple, green color apple, pale yellowish apple, or half cutted apple, or four-pieced apple, whatever. But only apples I'm going to be loaded with that basket. But whereas I'm gonna take another basket which is gonna be filled with bananas. Okay, every color of bananas I'm gonna be put into it. So now I'm gonna have two baskets. One is apple basket, which has been already labeled as apple, and another banana basket is gonna be labeled with like banana. Now I'm going to give that two basket to a baby. What the baby is going to do? So it is going to read, okay, this basket is APPLE apple and this basket is banana. So that baby is going to pick up one apple from apple basket and it is going to observe this. Okay, it is in spherical shape and it is in this red color. Okay, and it is going to keep on the right hand side. And then now it is, if it is picking banana from the banana basket and it's going to see, okay, this is completely different. And this feature is yellow and this feature shape is completely different and it's going to keep on the left hand side. So likewise, if the process is learning from the data which has been already labeled, that kind of learning is known as supervised learning. Guys, are you clear about these methods? So if you really love my explanation, you just post love this Sanjay in your live chat. So supervised learning is nothing but labeled data. While talking about a digital format, I'm gonna be taking two folder, apple folder and banana folder. Apple folder is gonna be filled with apple images. Banana folder is gonna be filled with bananas images. So I'm going to give that two folder for the training process. So it will be learning from the Apple folders about Apple images, and then bananas from bananas folders, and it's going to learn. That kind of learning is known as supervised learning. Nothing but label the data. Now, while understanding about the unsupervised learning, let us take same baby. Now, instead of taking two baskets, now I'm going to take only one basket. I'm not going to write apple or I'm not going to write banana in that basket. But simply, I'm going to take one and only basket now. Now, to that one and only basket, I'm going to be fill both apples and then bananas and pineapples and grapes completely shuffled. Now, I'm going to give that basket to a baby. So now, if the baby is picking up the apple, and it is not knowing is it an apple or banana, it is not going to worry about, but just going to observe the shape and is going to keep on the right hand side. And then if it is taking the banana, it is going to compare with the previous object, and definitely both the things is going to be different and is going to keep on the left hand side. And if it is taking up the pineapple now, it is going to be comparing with the other two, and it is going to make a decision this is completely different, that is going to keep on another side. So likewise, by comparing the similar features between each and every individual object, even though it has not been labeled, it is going to group each and every object or every fruit individually just to segregate or just to do that segregation or clustering. So that kind of learning is known as unsupervised learning. Are you clear about it? If you are super satisfied about it, you just post I'm super satisfied Sanjay in your live chat. So supervised learning means unlabeled data. Unsupervised learning means unlabeled data. So before the training process itself, if you are labeling the data, that kind of learning is known as supervised learning. And before the training process, if you are not labeling your data, just completely giving the data in the shuffled manner, by just simply observing or analyzing the feature common between one object versus the another, it is going to group the data individually. That kind of learning is known as unsupervised learning. Are you clear about it? And the third part, which is reinforcement learning. While talking about this reinforcement learning, before going further, I really want to ask you a question. You guys tell me, do you know like Tom and Jerry cartoon? So if you really know Tom and Jerry cartoon, if you really love Tom and Jerry cartoon, you just post I love Tom and Jerry in your live chat, and also you just tell me, once Jerry is coming out from the small tiny hole, what Jerry will try to eat. Okay, just give your responses in the live chat. Let us see who is going to give the answers. Okay, that's what it's all about. You just give your responses in the live chat. That's amazing. I love Tom and Jerry. I love Tom and Jerry. Okay, that's amazing, guys. Yes. Once it is coming out from the small tiny hole, each and every time, the Jerry will try to eat cheese. Right? So, what Jerry usually will do, you just imagine that animated movie, right? So, once that Jerry is coming out from the small tiny hole, the first thing which it will do is it will observe the environment, right? So, it will observe where the cheese is and where the hell Tom is, right? That is going to be the biggest problem for him, right? So, observing the environment is the first thing which the Jerry will do. Right? So I hope you'll agree to this. Okay. So once the Jerry is coming out from the small tiny hole, it will be observing the environment. Once it's observed the environment, the second step it will do is it will make an action. Okay. So if the action is positive, which means like if the jump or if the run or if the walk, so if it is positive, it is going to get the reward. So it is going to get some that cheese. Whereas if the action is negative, it is going to get the punishment, right? So for an example, if it accidentally stamps Tom's tail, then there is going to be greatest disaster over there, right? So it is going to get the punishment. That is what reinforcement learning is. Observing an environment, making an action. If the action is positive, it's going to get the reward. If the action is negative, then it is going to get the punishment. This is what the reinforcement learning. Okay. So I hope you really love this, guys. Supervised learning, labeled data. Unsupervised learning, which is unlabeled data. Reinforcement learning is going to be completely different, where it is going to be a progressive learning methodology. On that progressive learning, it is going to observe the environment, making an action. If the action is positive, it's going to get the reward. If the action is negative, it is going to get the punishment. So likewise, it is going to be progressive learning to get the better results. So that's what the reinforcement learning is. I hope you all super satisfied with this, super clear and super satisfied with this 3 parts: supervised and unsupervised and reinforcement. If you all super satisfied, you just post "I'm super satisfied, Sanjay" in your live chat, guys. Okay, so that is where these 3 learning methodologies. On that 3 learning methodology, number 1, which is supervised learning. So while talking about the supervised learning, there are 2 furthermore subdivisions. One is classification and another one is a regression. Now, let me tell you the detailed explanation about the classification and regression. So let me start with an example so that you'll be clearly understanding this. Whenever your project is having this or that kind of output, which means cat versus dog classification, true versus false classification, positive or neutral or negative classification, spam message or not a spam message detection, pen or paper detection, face recognition is like one person versus another or versus another or versus another, laptop versus mobile classification, happy or sad or neutral or angry kind of emotion recognition. So whenever your output is having this or that kind of output, then you need to be choosing this kind of methodology, which is classification. Are you clear? So if you are clear, you just post "I'm clear, Sanjay" in your live chat. So classification is nothing but whenever your output is all in terms of classes, which is nothing but this or that kind of condition, then the time you will be choosing a classification. Are you clear? Whereas if your outputs are continuous values, for an example, what is the stock price of 2025 about this company? What is gonna be? Because that output is gonna be in the future and that output is gonna be in the terms of numbers, right? So like 25 lakhs or 8,000 rupees. So these are all like numbers, right? So 9,987 rupees. So these are all numbers. So whenever your outputs are continuous values, like the stock price prediction, house price prediction, what is it? Like land price prediction. So whenever your outputs are in terms of numbers or continuous values, then you'll be choosing regression. Are you clear about the classification and regression? You guys tell me super clear, Sanjay, in your live chat. Are you clear about these 2 types? Whenever there is this or that kind of condition, this or that means which are classes, then you'll be choosing a classification based application or classification based algorithm. Whereas if your outputs are numerical values, then you'll be choosing a regression based algorithms. Are you clear? So thank you so much, Vanshika, for posting super clear. So that's amazing, guys. So now let me test you. I have one project where I need to predict how many people might have survived Titanic's disaster. So now you guys tell me, what kind of algorithm will you choose? Will you choose classification based algorithm or will you choose regression based algorithm? Okay, let us see who is going to give the answers. So first of all, while talking about the classification, as I've already told you, it is like output is all going to be in terms of classes. Okay. Whereas while talking about the regression, it is going to be a values. And while talking about an algorithms, there are a lot of algorithms which is out there, like k nearest neighbor, support vector machine, decision tree, random forest, naive bias, linear regression, logistic regression, polynomial regression. So likewise, there are a lot of other different algorithms, which some of the algorithm is only for classification and some of the algorithm is only for the regression, but some of the algorithm is completely for both the classification and regression. Okay, we are getting a lot of reply and only some people have posted the right answer. The answer is regression. So why it is a regression? Because what is the question which I've asked to you? I've asked the question, how many people have survived? It might be like 1,000 people survived, 2,000 people survived, or 2,300 people survived, 2,500 people might have survived. So the outputs are in terms of numbers. So that's why we need to choose regression based algorithm. Let us give great applause for the people who guys have answered. Even though it is right or wrong, the people have answered some question. That's amazing, guys. Okay, so that's what it's all about. And while talking about unsupervised learning, there is the clustering and association as well. And while talking about the reinforcement learning, there are a lot way of methodology and a lot of algorithms also going to be there, which is going to be helpful for doing this project. Okay, are you clear about these hierarchies, guys? So if you are clear about these hierarchy, ready to move on to the project, you just post RFH Sanjay in your live chat. So RFH is nothing but ready for hands-on. Okay, so are you guys are ready? So if you guys are ready for hands-on, you just post RFH Sanjay in your live chat, guys. Okay, so please post your responses in the live chat because we are moving on to the project now. That's amazing, guys. That's amazing. Thank you so much for posting. Wonderful reply. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are going to be exploring the project. Okay, so what's the project which we are going to see is advertisement sale prediction. So while talking about this advertisement sale prediction, which is like we are going to predict whether the customer is going to buy the product or not. So let us explore the concept first, then we'll be going for the project or hands-on. Number one, finding the problem. So as you are a machine learning engineer, whatever, you're going to solve a certain problem. So here the problem is predicting whether this new customer will buy this product or not. For example, you have a certain databases. On the databases, you're already having an information about a lot of people, and you're also having some information. Did they bought or didn't bought the product? So likewise, you have some databases. So from that databases, you're going to train your machine learning algorithm to predict whether this new customer will buy the product or not. Are you clear about the problem statement? If you are clear about the problem statement, you just post clear one Sanjay in a live chat. Okay, so you're going to predict or you're going to be telling whether this customer will buy the product or not. That is what it's all about. And while talking about the second step, we want to collect a data. While talking about this data set, I have a data set in my local directory, which is this one, digital ad data set. So while talking about this data set, this is my huge data set, and don't ask for the data set, guys, because these data set and the source code, which is going to be only available for the internship participant. Okay. So what is all about the thing is this data set, which is in the format of .csv file, which is also having 3 columns. Number 1, which is age. Number 2, which is salary. And number 3, which is status. So the person is having the age of 18 and 82,000 salary. He didn't bought the product. That's why the outputs were 0. The status were 0. The status of 0 means the customer didn't bought the product. The status of 1 means the customer bought the product. So if you are clear with the second step understood about the data, you just post clear to Sanjay in your live chat. We guys have had the data set. The data set name is .csv, which is having 3 columns of data: age, salary, and status. And by using this age and then salary, we are going to predict whether the customer will buy the product or not. Of course, we are going to choose a classification in this today's session. So this 0 is representing the customer didn't bought the product, and 1 means customer bought the product. Okay, so that's what is all about the second step. If you are clear with the second step, you just post clear to Sanjay in your live chat. So we are going to be choosing this data set. That's what the second step. And what the third step is, while talking about the program, we are going to be using the library called pandas library to load the data into my Python program. So here we are using the syntax called dataset.pandas.readcsv of dataset.csv. What kind of dataset which you have? So dataset is equals to pandas is equals to readcsv of dataset.csv. So with the help of that, first of all, we are going to load this dataset file. Once you guys have loaded the dataset file, and if you really want to know the information about the dataset, which is like how many number of rows and column which is present in your data set. For an example, if you are a normal person, you will be making a count. So 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 columns and 401 rows. But for an example, from the program itself, you can able to get the data sets, rows and number of rows and columns by using the syntax called dataset.shape. So that you can able to get the data set like shape. Okay, number of rows and columns which is present in your data. And dataset.header 5, which is gonna give you like top 5 values of your data. So top so like dataset.header 5, which is like header 5, which is like top 5 value of your data set. Okay, so likewise to show the information about the data set. So this is what the programming, where we'll be loading the data, we'll be getting the number of rows and column which is present in your data, and printing the top 5 value of your data set. This is what the third step. If you are clear with the third step, you just post clear 3 Sanjay in your live chat. If you are not clear with the data set, if you are not clear with these concepts, you can't able to process the project, guys. Okay, so you'll be feeling confusion, getting confusion on handling the project. So be very, very clear about it. Okay, if you are clear with the third step, you just post clear 3 Sanjay in your live chat, guys. That's amazing. That's amazing. A lot of people are posting clear. So what is all about here is we guys have loaded and summarized our data. Now what is the fourth step is, and before proceeding with the fourth step, by observing this data set itself, you guys tell me which columns are gonna be your input and which columns are gonna be your output. Okay, just give your responses in the live chat, which columns are gonna be input and which columns are gonna be your output. Okay, so age and salary and status, which are the 3 columns which is out there. And okay, some people have posted not clear about the third step. The third step, which is simple, I'm going to read the data set from the Python program. Pandas.read CSV, this is the Python program to read the data set into the Python program. And the second syntax, which is going to be helpful for getting the number of rows and column which is present in your data. And dataset.header 5, which is going to be printing you the top 5 values of the data. That's what in the programming. So you'll be clear while exploring as a project. Okay, don't worry about this step. So this is what the third step, just to know or just to read the data set into the Python program. Now what the fourth step is? Segregating data set into input and then output. Okay, just tell me which columns are going to be your input and which columns are going to be your output. Yes, exactly. As a lot of people have posted, A and then B, which is going to be your input, and status, the C column, which is going to be output. Why you have given the right answer? Because you really know that you understand about the data already. So we're talking about this age and then salary. So by analyzing the person's age and salary, you're going to predict or you're going to classify whether the customer will buy the product. So your first 2 columns are going to be your input and the last column which is going to be your output. That's what an amazing answer. So while comparing with other questions here in this part, a lot of people have given the right answer. Give the great applause for each and every people who are out there, guys. Okay. So yes, in the programming, same as like we are going to do the same task. What is the task is? By using the ilog function, we are going to segregate x and then y. So what is the x is? X is equals to dataset.ilog of colon comma colon minus 1, which is nothing but except the last column, take the rest of the column. That is what the meaning of x. And dataset.ilog of colon comma minus 1. This is colon comma colon minus 1, but this is colon comma minus 1, which is nothing but take only the last column. That is what the meaning of this y. So from this option, what we guys have did is we guys have segregated our data set into input and then output, which is x and then y. So x is going to be your input, which is age and then salary, and status is going to be your output, which is going to be your y. So these two are going to be your x and this is going to be your y. So I hope you are clear with the fourth step. If you are clear with the fourth step, you just post clear 4 Sanjay in your live chat. Okay. So I think the machine learning is really simple, right? So if it is simple, you just post it simple Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, just give your responses, guys. Thank you so much, Vignesh, Arun, Sai Rohit, Ovi, Saham, Mukul. That's amazing, guys. So while talking about the fifth step, we are going to split the data set into train and then test. Sanjay, why we need to split our data set into train and then test? Okay, so that's gonna be your major question, right? So while talking about this train and the train and the test split, okay, so you just imagine like you have 100% of data, okay, so like 100% of data, okay. So while talking about that 100% of data, you just imagine if you are using the complete 100% of the data for training process, you don't gonna have any data left for doing a testing. So that's gonna be your major problem, right? So that's why what we are going to do is, even though you are having the whole complete 100% of the data, we are going to segregate that complete 100% of the data into 80-20 or 75-25. So 80% or 75%, which is majority of the data, which is going to be kept for training, and remaining 20% of the data is going to be kept for testing. Are you clear with the fifth step? If you are clear with the fifth step, you just post clear 5 Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, so while talking about the splitting data set, if we are using the complete 100% of the data for training process or whatever, you are not going to have any data left for testing or validation. So that's why we are going to split our complete 100% of the data into train and then test, or train and test and validation. So likewise, we can split up the data. That ratio might be anything like 80-20 or 75-25 or 80-10 for test and then validation. So likewise, the data can be split up in different ratios. But one and only thing is you should have the majority of the data for training. So 80% or 75% of the data need to be kept for training. So while talking about that syntax, train test split. So train test split function by using the scikit-learn library. This train test split, we are going to pass this input x, your input data, and your output data as an argument. Comma test size is equal to 0.25, which is nothing but 25% of the data, which is gonna be kept for like training. So that is what is gonna be kept for training, and random state is equals to 0. So this random state of like what to say, a random state, if you are just setting this random state number. So random state, while talking about this random state number, which is going to generate some random numbers to randomly generating some numbers. Okay, this while talking about this random state numbers, this is gonna be helpful for generating some random numbers while doing that splitting. Okay, so while a machine learning model is trained, this random numbers are often used to initialize the model's parameter, or shuffling the train data, or splitting the data into train and then validation. So the results of this training can be influenced by the random number used, and therefore it's important to be able to reproduce the same results. For an example, while talking about this setting random state is equals to 0, which is going to be helpful for getting the same results. For an example, I'm going to be setting the random state is equals to 5. So how the data is being splitted for me when I'm setting random state is equal to 5. If you are also going to set random state is equals to 5, it is going to split the data on the same kind of scenario. You're going to get the same results. Okay, so that is what it's all about. So that is gonna be like a number which you can able to specify like that from that data. So that kind of ratio which you are keeping. For an example, random state is equals to 0 with test size which is 25 and train data which is going to be 75%. How the data set is being splitted for me, you are also, if you are setting random state is equal to 0, for you also the data set is going to be split like that. Okay, so that is what the random state. So with the help of this, you can able to split your data set into train and then test. So training data by analyzing this to 75% of the data for training and remaining 25% of the data for testing. Okay, are you clear about this fifth step? If you are clear about the fifth step, you just post clear 5 Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, are you clear? Okay, so you just give your responses. Okay, so now while talking about the sixth step, feature scaling. Sanjay, what is feature scaling? That's gonna be really simple, guys. You just see the data. This don't see your output, just see your input. And you guys tell me which columns are having huge numbers. Okay. You just give your answers in the live chat. Like, tell me, like, which columns are having huge numbers. So why I'm telling that is because, okay, because whenever your features are having some numbers, for an example, like age is having some numbers, some number range, and salary is having some range. Yes, as you guys have told, the B column which is in the huge numbers. So what is the problem with the machine learning algorithm? Some of the machine learning algorithm which is going to work based on the distant metrics. Your machine learning algorithm might give the high priority for the column which is having more numbers or big numbers. So by observing this, you can able to easily make a decision. The salary column which is having a huge biggest numbers. So your machine learning algorithm might also give high priority for the column salary instead of giving equal priority. So that's why to overcome that problem, we are applying some kind of feature scaling methods to rescale your data. You just see here, this is the weight column, this is the price column. Weights columns are in the range of 15, 18, 12, 10, which is in the range of around 10 to 20. But while talking about the price column, which is in the range of 1 to 5. So from that, your data or your machine learning output might be giving high priority, or your output might be biased towards just completely only one feature called weight, because this is bigger numbers when compared to the price column. So that's why to overcome that, we are going to be rescaling that data by using any methods. You just see here, after the rescaling, this is the same data which has been going to be converted like this. So just see here, both the columns looks like same. So that data might be range from -2 to -2 to +2. So that is the range where the data is going to be scaled. That can use different methods like standardization or normalization and etc. These methods which has been clearly explained on the internship. Okay, so guys, are you clear with the 6th step, feature scaling? Why we are applying the scaling method? Because if you are having more number of columns as a features, some columns may have huge numbers or bigger numbers. Some columns may have very smaller numbers. So your machine learning algorithm might have gave high priority, or might be the output might be more biased with the column which is having a bigger numbers. So that's why by applying a feature scaling, this kind of data which is going to be rescaled into this part. Okay, are you clear? So if you are clear with the 6th step, you just post clear 6 Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, so we are going to rescale the data into a universal scale. So that's what is all about the 6th step. Guys, please go through this mind map, because once you have started with Python project, you will be completely clear about this each and every step. Don't worry about it. Okay, so that's what is all about. Thank you so much, Shubhankar, and I am Vinod and Ovishaha for posting clear 6. Now while talking about an algorithm, so the logistic regression, which is going to make a decision by based on a certain threshold. So if the input value which is based on certain value, it is gonna be like it is gonna give either 1 or 0 kind of results. So that's what this logistic regression. Now we are not going to go very in depth on the algorithm part, because today is our first day on the project. On the upcoming days, we can move on to the in detail, but just to see the algorithm, this is a logistic regression. Today we are going to use the algorithm called logistic regression. So once you have chosen the algorithm, we are going to train it by using the model.fit function. Model.fit of xtrain, ytrain, the data which has been already splitted out by using the function called train test split. And then we are going to evaluate the model. What is the accuracy of the model? What is the loss of the model? By using any evaluation method, we are going to evaluate the model. And finally, once we got the accuracy, we are going to do the prediction. Okay, so prediction in this means if you are automatically, if you are just giving some 2 values, so 2 random salary and like age of the person, your model will automatically tell whether the customer will buy the product or not. So this is what the 10 points, and I hope you guys are super clear with this 10 point. Let me give you the quick overview about this 10 points. Number 1, while talking about the problem, we are going to predict whether this new customer will buy the product or not by analyzing the past existing data. So while talking about the data set, we have a data set called A and then B. Sorry. We have a data set called digital ad dataset.csv, which is having 3 columns: age and then salary and status. By with this age and then salary, we are going to predict whether the customer will buy the product or not. While understanding about the whole concept of the status column, 0, which is representing the customer won't buy the product. So 1 means customer bought the product. So that's what the data set we have. And while talking about the third step, we are going to read the dataset by using pandas library. So pd.read csv. And then we are going to get the number of rows and columns which is present in your data. And we are going to get top 5 values of your data. And the fourth step is we are going to segregate your data set into input and output, which means A and then B, which is going to be my input. So which is going to be keep it in the variable called X. And this final column, which I'm going to be my output. So I'm going to be taking it in the terms of Y. That's what the fourth step. And fifth step, since if you are using the 100% of the data whole completely for the training process, you are not going to have any data for testing or validating your model. So that's why we are going to split your data set into train and then test, or train and then test and then val. So here we are going to split the data set into train and then test. So here the data which is going to be segregated in the ratio of 75% of the data for training and remaining 25% of the data for testing. Okay, and then we are going to do the feature scaling. While talking about the feature scaling, if you are just observing this data, we are going to have like age column, which is like some numbers, and salary column, which is in the some numbers. So while seeing this salary column, which is gonna have more numbers, right? For an example, the bigger numbers. So while comparing with this, your algorithm might give the output, which is completely biased based on the column, which is having a huge numbers. So that's why what we are gonna be doing is we are just applying a feature scaling methodology to rescale the data in terms of this. Okay, so this data is going to be converted like this, so that this both the each and every column which is going to be looking like same, it might be range from -2 to +2. And then while talking about an algorithm, you're going to use a logistic regression algorithm. And by using that algorithm, you're going to train the training data set which we guys have already segregated. And then we are going to validate our algorithm, which is like what is the performance of a model, what is the accuracy of the model, what is the loss of the model. So likewise, we are going to evaluate our algorithm. Once we guys have found out our model is giving good performance, then finally we are going to do the prediction. That's what all the 10 points. If you all super satisfied with the 10 points, you just post super satisfied, or you just post happy Sanjay in your live chat. Okay. So because now we are about to move on to the project. Okay, so what is the project, which is advertisement sale prediction. So now I'm going for this Google collab. Okay, so I hope you all ready with me. Okay, if you all ready, you just post fire emojis in the live chat, guys, to spread some positive vibes on the live chat. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so now thank you so much, Omoyemi, for posting. Thank you, super satisfied. Thank you so much, guys. Yes. So once you have got this window, so now I just already created this program. I'm not going to type. Okay, so just I have this program. So now let us explore. First of all, I'm just going to click connect and I'm going to be running that. So first of all, let us see the first library which I'm importing. So first of all, we need to load that library, right? This dataset.csv, right? So this CSV file which I need to process. To process that CSV file into my Python program, first of all, we need the first library called pandas library. To import this pandas library, we need a library called pandas, right? So to import this function, we need a library called pandas. So that can be imported by using the syntax import space pandas as pd. So I'm going to run this. So import space pandas as pd, which is nothing but to give an alternative name for pandas. So instead of calling pandas each and every minute, you can simply call it the name like pd, so that this pandas library is going to be called. So import pandas, that's the first library we are importing. Are you clear about the first part of the program? If you are clear about the first part of the program, you just post clear once Sanjay live chat. Okay, so that is what is all about importing the first library called pandas. And the second part of the program, which is going to be helpful for you to upload the uploading you the data set into this online notebook. Since I've already told you this is an online notebook, which you want to upload the data set into the Omni notebook. So to do that, I'm using these two lines of program like files.upload, google.collab. So if you're going to run this, it is going to give you one choose files button. You're going to click that choose files button, and I'm going to be visiting this page called digital add a data set, right? So my data set is here. So I'm going to choose this digital add.csv. Okay. Once you have selected your data set, the data set is going to be uploaded into the Sanjay notebook. This is what the step number 2. So if you are clear with the step number 2, you just post clear to Sanjay in your live chat. First step, we have imported the pandas library. The second step, you guys have uploaded the data into the Omni notebook. Okay. And the third step, which is to load the data into the variable. Dataset is a kind of variable where we are going to load the complete digital add dataset.csv file into that variable by using pandas.readcsv. I'm just going to run this. So I'm going to be printing that as well. So which is nothing but my whole complete dataset has been read into a Python program, especially into the variable called dataset. So whenever I really need this whole complete dataset, I can call it in the name of dataset. This is what the third step. If you are clear with the third step, you just post clear 3 Sanjay in your chat. Importing a library, uploading the data into the Omni notebook, and loading the data into a single variable called dataset by using a pandas library. That's what the third step. And fourth step is summarizing the dataset to know the information about the dataset. So print off dataset.shape, which is going to give you 400,3, which is nothing but the 400 rows and 3 column, which is present in your data, to know the number of rows and column which is present in the data. Dataset.head of 5, which is going to give you the top 5 values of your data. For an example, if I'm giving head of 10, it is going to give you the top 10 values of data. These are like optional. Okay, so if you really want to do, you can do. Else, you really know to. If you really don't want to do, you can skip that. So tail means it is going to print you the top, bottom 5 values. Okay, so head of 5 means top 5 values of your data set. Just do the summarization. This is what the fourth step is. If you are clear with the fourth step, you just post clear for Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, are you clear? Okay, so Adamu, thank you so much for posting interesting lecture. And then what we are going to do, what's the next step? We need to segregate our data set into input and then output, which is x comma y, right? So by using that same dataset.ilog function, dataset.ilog of colon comma colon minus 1, which is nothing but except the last column, take the rest of the column. Ta-da! So we got in first 2 columns, right? So we are not having the last column now. So because before you have 3 columns, right? Age column and salary column and status column. So from that, we guys have got to know about the first 2 columns. So only this age column and salary column. So that's what it's all about. Okay, we guys have segregated our data into X. So X is nothing but my first 2 columns by using the ilog function. Are you clear about the step number 5? So if you are clear with the step number 5, you just post clear 5 Sanjay in your live chat. Same as like now we need to segregate the data for the Y column. So Y is equals to dataset.ilog of colon comma minus 1. So minus 1, which is nothing but my last column. So what is present in my last column? Only 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. So that's what the data 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0. So likewise, you are a last column. The data set has been segregated into input and then output, which is X comma Y. And then what is the next step? You need to split the data set into train and then test. So here, of course, by using the scikit-learn library, so sklearn.model selection import train test split. So train test split is a function from the scikit-learn library. So train test is split of x comma y comma x is going to be your input, y is going to be your output, comma test size is equals to 0.25, which is 25% of the data, and random state is equal to 0. And which is going to return you the 4 variables, x train and y train for training purpose, x test and y test for testing purpose or validation purpose. If you are going to run this, your data set is going to be segregated into train and then test. So 75% of the training data for training and remaining 25% of the data for testing. That's what is all about the step number 6. If you are clear with the step number 6, you just post clear 6 Sanjay in your live chat. Now, what is the next step? Is to apply the feature scaling. Why we are applying a feature scaling? Because my X data, which is having a lot of number scale differences, because my first columns is in the range of 1 to 100 by the second column, which is in the range of thousands to 1 lakh even, or 2 lakh or even, or 5 lakh even. So that's why To rescale the data, we are using some kind of techniques. There are a lot of techniques or a lot of library which you can able to use it to rescale the data. Now we are using the same scikit-learn library. So the scale-learn.preprocessing of import standard scaler method. There are a lot of methods. So standard scaler is there, minimum maximum scaler is there, but now we are using a standard scaler. By using the standard scaler method, we are just transforming our data. So if you really want to print the data to see how the data are really looks like, for an example, let us see or let us show the results first. Okay, just see here. Before how my data looks, which is like 59, 76,000, 60, 42,000, 39, 1,06,000. But now after the rescaling, you just see how the data looks like, which is ranges from around -2 to +2. This is great, right? Is it easy, guys? If it is easy, you just post it's easy, Sanjay in your live chat. By using a standard scaler methodology, we guys have rescaled our data into a universal format. Okay, both the column. Only features, not need to worry about our last column, only about our features. Here in my internship, we guys have explained what is mean by fit transform and transform as well. You can also check that out. So this is what my data. So X-train data, which has been rescaled data, not a raw data, which has been rescaled properly. And what is the next part of the program, which is about algorithm. So while talking about the algorithm today or now, it's now as well. Again, we are using the scikit-learn library to import the algorithm called logistic regression. So from sklearn.linear model, import logistic regression. So model is equals to logistic regression, model.fit of x-train, y-train. So once you are running it, it is going to train and it is going to save the intelligence in the variable called model. Okay, so that's it. It's going to be easy. Greg Moses, please watch this video twice or thrice because if you really don't understand this, definitely upcoming days might be difficult for you. Please understand this session carefully. So model.fit of x-train, y-train, which is going to start the training process. Once the training has been completed, you can able to evaluate by using different methodology. For an example, now I'm using the syntax called model.predict function. So ypred is equals to model.predict, which is going to be helping you to predict the tested results. For an example, if you know the actual results, then you can able to tell whether it is right or wrong. So by using accuracy score methodology, we guys have predicted or we guys have evaluated our model's performance, which is 80%, which is the model's performance. Okay, guys, if you are not clear with this today's session, please check it out our internship because we guys have spent even more time to explain each and every line from the basics itself. You just please check that out. The accuracy of this model is 80%. 80% is the performance of the model. So once you have found out the performance of the model, now we are going to predict it by getting the two input from the user. So I'm going to use the input syntax to get the two integer value from the user. So enter the age. For example, if the age is 45, the new customer age is 45. And new customer salary, which is 1 lakh and 54 something. Okay, so 1 lakh and 54, so something. So tada, so now you just see here, we got an output, customer will buy the product. For example, to check it again, so now if I'm going to tell the customer's new age is 25 and the salary is 45,000. And if you are pressing an enter, you just see here, we got an output. Our model is telling this customer won't buy the product. So that you can able to give high priority for the customer will buy the product. So the results which we got. Okay. So I hope you really love this, guys. If you really love this, you just post, I super love this, Sanjay, in your live chat. So if the customer's age is 18 and if the salary is 25,000 and enter, customer won't buy the product. Okay, that's amazing, right? So if this was amazing and if this was easy, you just post it's easy, Sanjay, in your live chat. Let me repeat you the source code again. First of all, importing the pandas library and uploading the dataset into the online notebook and reading the data into a single variable called dataset and summarizing the dataset to get the number of rows and columns which is present in the dataset and getting the top 5 values of my dataset. And we are going to segregate our dataset into input and then output, which is X, which is going to be representing your first 2 column of your data, which is like age and then salary. And second, and then last, like y is equals to, it is going to be displaying you the final column, which is going to represent the classes of your data set, which is going to be your y. So input and then output, which has been segregated, which is x and then y. And then we are going to split our data set into train and the test. So train and the test, which is going to be helpful for training for the training the model and testing our data set for validating or testing your model. So here we guys have used the tested data set for prediction, right? So evaluating the models. That's what we guys have used for. So here 75% of the data for training and remaining 25% of the data for testing. And then since our data set which is having two columns, so that two column which is completely different on those scales. So to rescale the data, we are using the standard scalar methodology to rescale the data in a universal format. So by using that, we guys have rescaled the data into a universal format because both the columns looks like same in this after crossing this step. Now it's the right time to do the training. So scikit-learn, by using the scikit-learn library, we guys have used logistic regression algorithm. And then we guys have used the training data set for training process. So model.fit will begin the training and it will complete the training. It will save the intelligence in the variable called model. And once it has been done, to evaluate your model's performance, first of all, you need to know the actual results. Then only we can able to tell whether the predicted results were right or wrong. So first of all, we'll be predicting from the X-test dataset, model.predict of whole complete X-test dataset. And we are going to use one of the evaluation method called accuracy score to predict the accuracy of the model. So now we got an output like accuracy score of y test, y pred. So which is nothing but your actual results, predicted results, multiples with 100 to represent your output in terms of percentage. So we got an output called accuracy of the model, which is 80% accuracy. So 80% of the accuracy once it has been uptime. Now you can able to tune some of the parameters to improve the accuracy. That's further. Definitely I'll be talking about that in later session. But now we are going to predict the salary of the person, or predict whether the customer will buy the product or not. To predict that customer will buy the product or not, first of all, we are going to take or to get the two values from the user. Number one is customer's age. We are going to get it in the data type of integer. And we are going to get the second information from the user, which is customer salary. That is also going to be integer. Okay. So, and then we are going to get the results. So results is like model.predict of the same feature scaling we should apply. So please keep this point in your mind. On the training process, what kind of pre-processing which you guys have did for the training? Same pre-processing we should do for the testing data as well. Don't never forget that. Okay. So just please keep this on mind. Whatever the pre-processing which you are doing for the training data, same pre-processing you should do for the testing or classification part as well. So that's why we are just doing like a standard scalar dot transform of for the new data, which is 65, 85, like 8,550,000. So if you are passing that also gonna be rescaled or resampled or rescaled. That is gonna be passed into the model for prediction, model.predict. So it is going to tell you whether the customer will buy the product. If the results was 1, customer will buy. If the results were 0, customer won't buy. That is what the result we got. So our machine learning predicted whether the customer will buy the product or not. I hope you really super love this session. If you really love this session, you just post, I love this Sanjay in your live chat. Okay. You just give your responses in the live chat, guys. The first message, which is told by Sai Rohit. Data set is big, so we are saying it's not easy, but explanation is nice, Sanjay. Thank you so much, Sai Rohit. But definitely I can assure you that if you are attending our upcoming sessions, you'll be super satisfied with this itself. Okay, it's because a lot of steps which is going to be repeated. Same data acquisition, data transformation, data cleaning, and data prediction. So that is going to be easy now on the upcoming days. Okay, so thank you so much, Adamu Saidu, for posting that. Thank you so much. And Omayemi, thank you so much. And Anupama, thank you so much. And Karthik, thank you. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Okay, this is what is all about this today's session. I hope you really enjoyed it. If you really enjoyed it, you just post, I enjoyed Sanjay in your live chat. And if you are really feeling learning machine learning is really simple, you just post it's super simple Sanjay in your live chat, guys. Okay, just give your responses in the live chat. And you just tell me how many people are really waiting for today's mindset session. Now, what is the today's mindset session is? Here, there are a lot of people used to think like this. Sanjay, I'm starting something and I'm not finishing it. I'm started building something. I'm not finishing it. I'm not completing it. I'm leaving it in between. I really want to come out of it. How many of you people really wanted to know about that? If you really wanted to know about it, you just post, I need Sanjay in your live chat. Each and every people are thinking like that. Sanjay, I'm starting something. I'm started to do something. I'm started to study something. I'm started to read some book, or I'm started to do some productive activity. I've started to do some freelancing. I'm started to do something, but I'm giving up at in between itself. That's what a lot of people have. A lot of people's mindset. That's what majority of the people's mindset. Not even a majority. Like most of the people's mindset. You just tell me, yes, I am. I need Sanjay in your life chat. But I would like to tell you something. The first thing which you want to remember is you are not only the person. Okay, so remember this point. You are not only the person who is having this problem. Okay, so you are not the one and only person who is having this problem, guys. Okay, each and every people in this world is having this problem. Okay, so don't think that you are the only person have this problem. Okay, so each and every people are having this problem, and the graph which you are seeing is a universal graph, universal success graph, you can call it in the name, where at the beginning each and every people used to think, I can do this is a great idea, and it is going to be very easy, I need to complete it. So initially they'll be thinking like that, but after the certain period of time, people used to think this is hard. And after even sometimes, people used to think this project sucks. And finally, nearly 80% of the people will be telling, I suck. Okay. So you can also talk about our best example as our 30-day series. We guys have started this 30 days challenge with the people of quantity of around 700 participants. Right? Out of that 700 participant, some people have registered for the registered for the internship, and they guys have completely moved on to there. So that they people are really exceptional. That people are really great. Let us keep that people aside. But without even registering for the internship, also, we have some few people are not attending this webinar even though we are providing it for free. Okay, so that people are not attended it. So those are the 80% of the people who given up even within this 2 days. So if they are given up, but if they are doing some other productive activities on the later task, that will be great. But if their guys have given up, but that people are doing some other activities like surfing in the Instagrams or YouTube Reels and YouTube Shorts to just to look up the people dance, or what the actors and how the entertainment heroes were doing. So if there are people are checking out those part, that is gonna be the huge failure for them, right? So it is not only about you. Each and every people are like that. The people who are all being aware, even though it is difficult, even though it is even though we don't have enough time, but we should commit to do that task. Even we should be consistent on that. We should anyhow complete it, even though whatever might be the reason, I don't have time, it's like silly reasons, whatever it is, I'm committed to complete the certain task. The people who are all on that point, who used to think on that way, those people going to move on that part where they'll be thinking like, I think I can do this, I'm gonna get through this, hey, this is pretty good, finally I'm so glad I did this. They'll be completing it. You can mark my words. Even though some people have registered for the internship and they are not even completing it, so you just see that people also there. And also you just mark my words. We guys have started the first day at the people of around 700. You just see the same live concurrent viewers on the time of 30th day, and especially see the count after the attendance link has been posted, and after we are in the Q&A, or after on the thank you slide, you just make a count how many people are there. Those people who stayed at that point, those people are really, 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 really special. Those people are not ordinary people. They people are really gonna be amazing people. Those people are gonna be super awesome. Those people are going to achieve something big on their future. Guys, how you are feeling? You just express yourself in the live chat. So don't keep that in your mind that you are the only person who are giving up each and everything. It's about having an awareness. It's about having that consciousness that we should not give up at any point of time. Okay. So even though we can take it by best example, like some people used to tell, for an example, if someone is asking something like, what is it? If some people are asking like, what is it? Like people used to ask something like, people are charging 1 lakh rupees to study data science or artificial intelligence. The same people are not even completing the session which has been given for free. So that's what the point. People are not having an awareness. So be aware of it. You are not only the one and only one. So don't be thinking that kind of manner. Just try to do that same mind shift that you want to complete this 30 days challenge. Even though you are registered for the internship, even though you are a free participant, you should complete it. At any time, any point, any reason, whatever it is, you should complete it. So that's what it's all about. Okay. So I hope you really love this. If you really love this, you just post. I love this Sanjay in your live chat. And I hope you really enjoyed it. And if you really enjoyed it, you just post. I enjoyed Sanjay in your live chat. And our 5-in-1 combo offer has been closed. So now this single course at the price of 750 is available. If you really want to register for this machine learning internship alone at the price of 750, the link is given in the live chat and you can click it and register to feel the value today. And if you guys have any question, you can raise your questions. It not need to be only technical, or it might be whatever the question. You can ask your questions in the live chat. Please give your questions in the live chat, guys. Deepthi Shreya asked that amazing question. The question was, how much accuracy says the model is good? That's an amazing question, actually. While talking about the good models, we should not only see accuracy of the model. Because apart from the accuracy, there are a lot of models parameter. Like sensitivity of the model, specificity of the model, loss of the model, accuracy of the model. Likewise, there are a lot of parameter. On the upcoming days, you will be knowing how to evaluate the model. So you can able to see each and every parameter. Even though some models accuracy were really good, that model's loss might be very big, so that your model is said to be bad model. So we should also note down each and every parameters. So for an example, while talking about an accuracy, you can also, that depends on the task. That's depend on how much accuracy you really need. So we can stop it up 95 or 96 or 99, whatever. But we can able to improve the accuracy. Darlington Maposa, I'm really sorry. The 5-in-1 combo offer has been completely closed. Would you be providing this Google Collab link? No. Ankit Patel, we are not about to give that. Okay, Das Biotech asked this some question. Why I feel hectic pressure when I see programming? How to overcome this? I have interest but unable to move forward this in the third attempt. No problem. Okay, so that's the point why I just shown that graph. Whatever the difficulty which you are thinking, on the 5th day, you may feel that is going to be really easy. So don't give up. At least this 30 days, try to complete it so that you'll be getting much confidence, even though you guys have not clear about this today's session. Tomorrow, while exploring the same concept again, you will be super amazingly clear. That I can assure you. So please attend each and every day of the session. Siva Surya, can I add this webinar certificate into your resume? Definitely, but ready for the questions. Okay, so the resume is not to give the job. Like if you are put in a certificate, you are going to get a job. No. Whatever the thing which you are representing in your resume, From that, you're going to get a questions. What project you have completed. On that project, what you have did. So be ready for the questions. Sandeep, I'm really sorry. 5-in-1 combo course which has been offer has been closed because already we guys have led it for 2 days. So the offer has been closed. I'm sorry. Guys, please don't spam for the attendance, guys. This time we are just completely spending for a Q&A, right? You just try to interact with me a lot through live chat itself. So you just give your responses, valid responses. No need to ask about the attendance and those stuff. As I'm completed my data analytics course when I'm getting my certificate. Guys, if you are registering for the internship, if you are completing the internship there itself, you can able to get the better, you can able to get the certificates there itself on the portal itself. You just go with like complete and continue on the each and every session. The certificate which is going to be automatically generated there itself. How much is ML only? So ML course which is around 750 rupees Indian currency. How big data set should be in order to be sufficient? Not like that. It's about the how much complexity which is present in your data, and you can able to increase your data, but based on what you really want to solve. So we haven't mentioned file location while loading file, how it is picking. I haven't mentioned the file location, but I selected and I upload the data set into my online current environment. So it's not need to specify the directory. Okay, guys, I think you really enjoyed this today's session. If you guys have enjoyed this today's session, you just post I enjoyed Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, so thank you so much for being here, and please complete the task if you guys haven't complete the task still. The task is to you just want to watch the movie and you just want to ping it in the LinkedIn. Okay, so that's what this today's task which is all about. So please complete the task, and I hope it is going to be really valuable for you. So thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for your questions, whatever you have raised in the live chat. So thank you once again. And if you guys haven't followed me, please follow me through the LinkedIn, my LinkedIn link, which is given in the description below. So thank you once again. It's me, Sanjay, signing off. Until then, bye. We'll see you on the tomorrow session.